Not going to get that hot today, but gloomy, cloudy, and nicey, and even the heat is nowhere around this morning. So I'm saying I'll go with the weatherman's 15 degrees today. It is Friday, 16th of August, and today, believe me, absolutely elated. But first, let me do this. That's right, you're right here at galaxy107fm, and today, believe me, absolutely elated because we're heading all the way over to catch up with our very, very good friend Mark Leno from the band Kick the Wicked. And believe me, it's been a while since we've caught up, I think a couple of years. We're going to find out why. But I tell you what, such a pleasure to have you guys joining us this morning. If you're a first-time viewer, very, very special welcome to you. Why not become part of the noise? Yeah, it's the family, literally. And believe me, if you don't know how to do that, get in touch with Barbara. Thummy thing, why not do the thummy thing? Like us a lot. And of course, hit that notification button as well. Believe me, when we have important people, much like today's guest, Mark Leno. Roger Peterson's watching. Nice to have you on board. And of course, the boss is watching as well, so I better be good. In the meantime, tell you what, let's kick it off. Here's Kick the Wicked, Eternal, on Galaxy. That gives us a minute to get together. So how's life been treating, my friend? It's been a couple of years now?
Yeah, it's so at the university tomorrow. I've been driving my poor wife crazy. Tomorrow I take my comprehensive exam, so I passed that and I become what's called a PhD candidate. So I'll be basically doing research for the next couple semesters until I graduate and hopefully defend my dissertation and get my PhD finally. So I'm nearing the end to actually have my PhD.
Nice.
Other than that, I've been working, and I've been just writing music. As you can see, with Kick the Wicked, they've been releasing stuff. I wrote something for Fiction 6, so hopefully in the fall we'll have a single from Fiction 6.
I was going to ask if you were still working with Fiction 6.
Yeah, J.K. Northrup is still a really good friend, so, and he's an amazing musician, and, Larry Hart is a fantastic bass player. So, and the drummer we share between Kick the Wicked and Fiction 6 is the same drummer, Rory Fashion. So, pretty cool stuff. I really like the difference between the two groups because they're totally different.
Sure.
Kick the Wicked's more kind of modern, moving around the genre in your face kind of band, and Fiction 6 is more melodic, progressive. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Should we talk about Mega?
I think he's already been.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right. Oh, I see. Mr. Zdanowitz is on board. Nice to have him on board. Really, really is. You get far more information on yours than I do on mine. Okay.
Because I'm the main.
Oh, because you're the master.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Kaylee Amanda and 6 others. There's that mysterious 6 others again.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, welcome everyone, especially Nicole Daniel. Nice to have you on board as well. Barry Joyner is joining us, and Greta Dick is joining us, as well as Michael Zdanowitz. Of course, Michael was with Galaxy Class Entertainment's coming out of Florida. I hope you got through that hurricane thing safely, believe me.
Yeah, that's been going on.
Nasty thing that was. It really was. I was watching it. Okay, we've got about a minute, so we'll go to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're all the way over in Arkansas catching up with a very good friend of ours, Mark Leno from Kick the Wicked. Welcome back to Galaxy, Mark.
How you doing?
Not too bad, brother man. It's been a while since we've caught up.
Yeah, just, I guess we both lead busy lives, huh?
Yeah, I think the last time we spoke, I think it was just at the end of that apocalypse, that zombie period that the world went through. Weird time that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm glad it's passed. So.
Yeah, me too. The thing too is, to be very honest with you, all the conspiracies are coming out now, if you know what I mean, about that period of time. Why the hell did we go through it? Literally, to be very honest with you, there's a lot of questions I've got on that one. Because one person actually said to me once, Grant, do you know actually anybody that ever caught this and died of it? And I went, no, I don't. It's there. Believe me. There's not too many people out there that actually do it. I'm thinking, now that's an interesting concept.
Yeah. I actually did have, I did have one friend who passed away from it. He was quite young actually, but I had it I actually had it like 4 or 5 times. So.
Okay, yeah, and basically it's like a flu, right? You got through it and moved on.
Yeah, it sucks. The flu sucks too, so.
Well, I got to be honest with you, I did all the jabby things. I've never had any of it at all, to be very honest with you. So I'm one of the very few in the world that can say, still a pure blood. There. Take that. Sharon Marie Wyatt is watching. Nice to have you back, Sharon. It really is. Monty Connor is joining us as well. And of course, Monty, I'm loving your music. I really, really am. Terry Williams is watching, and JB Striker is watching as well. Nice to have everybody on board this morning. Now, Mark, we kicked everything off with Eternal. Now, I'm absolutely loving this track, so I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, tell me all about it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so that one put a lot of heart into that song. Myself, and my wife included, Lisa, lost a lot of friends and a lot of family over the years, and more than some, probably not as much as others. But that song is really kind of that connectivity for people. It should connect with everyone because it's kind of like being someone who's lost somebody else who still has that feeling and still sometimes feels them around them, and it's kind of in some cases love lost. So that's what the whole song is about, that interaction between this plane and the afterlife and that kind of stuff. So I've had a number of people reach out to me and say how they connect with that song and how they connect with the lyrics. And I have to say, the way that it came about was I started off with an acoustic and just a guide vocal track. And Scott Campbell, my bandmate, came and said, "Oh man, give me a while to work with this." And he came back, and he really just did some magic with it. And then, of course, Rory comes in and puts in his awesome drum tracks, and it just all comes together. And I re-recorded the acoustic, but he actually used my guide vocal. That was the original vocal on the tracks.
Very cool. Now, I've got to ask you, do you actually believe in ghosts, spectres, poltergeists?
Yes, I do, actually, yeah.
You do? Yeah, me too, to be very honest with you, I really do. And I can relate to what you're saying there. I actually lost a member of the family that was very, very close to me a few months ago. And, to be very honest, can still feel that presence around me. In fact, I hear noises in the middle of the night. I'm sitting in production. Literally, I can still hear those noises that person would normally make in the middle of the night. I'm thinking, God, am I hearing things? You know what I mean?
Right.
But the problem is, other people are hearing it as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Literally, and I'm sitting there looking at other people going, excuse me, do we want to hear this? Is it something that we're manifesting in our own minds? It might be a bird on the roof or something like that, and we're, creating a whole facet around it.
Some people say it's imprinted energy as well. It depends on the situation, but yeah. So you hear the same thing that cycles over like a time, like it reverses in time, and
Exactly.
you hear it again.
Exactly. It's moulded into the woodwork of the building and stuff like that. Believe me, I get it. I do. Wolf Milestone is joining us. Nice to have you with us, Wolf. It really, really is. Now, Mark, I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't say, how do we get hold of you as a fan? Let's rehash this, what I know I've asked you in the past. Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Are you a talker? But more importantly, Mark, do you respond?
I always respond. So the fans are very important, and just people in general, when they reach out, I respond to them because that's important. We write songs and we put them out there because we want people to enjoy them, and we also want them to be a part of that experience. So they can go to www.kickthewicked.com. They can reach out to kickthewicked@gmail.com. They can send us emails. We're all over social media. We're on Twitter, or X, if you will. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on everything. So we just released several tracks, which I think you'll be playing some more this summer. We just released some tracks, and we're still writing, and we're looking to hopefully put out an album in the near future. So have a full length of Kick the Wicked. But yeah, they can reach out anytime.
Very cool. Now, do you have a merch store? And if so, how do we get hold of it?
We've had a what now?
A merch store.
Oh, well, right now we don't really have shirts and stuff. We were looking at possible vinyl also along the way here, hopefully in the next 6 months or so, kind of putting together what we want to do. But I would like to do some shirts and things like that as well. And I know that you're going to want me to send you one when I do, because I know that's coming, and I know it's expected.
He knows it just too well, they
yeah, we've talked about it, but we don't have a merch store. What we're doing right now really is just selling the singles and stuff through your typical like Apple and those types of sites. So. Fair
enough, and you're quite right. You read my mind, of course, but it'd be a pleasure to be able to wear your brand mark. It really, really would. Now, at the same time, I think we should move on. So, tell me a little bit about Into the Light. This is a fascinating track. In fact, got to be honest with you, I'm kind of partial to this one, to be very straight up. I'm playing this in my car.
Right. So, Into the Light, again, I wrote a couple songs that kind of drift somewhat on the spiritual side of things. And Into the Light is just what we talked about, this the spiritual side of like guiding those lost spirits into the light. Part of it has my faith in there because I do carry my faith as a Christian, a non-judgmental one. You can be whatever you want. You can wear a stringer on your head if you want. But I profess it. I put it out there. And so that's really what that song is about. It's about the afterlife spirits that are caught there and helping them move into the light, and that's what it's about.
Well, Mark, 1,615 requests since we've been playing it. It's not doing too bad, I've got to be honest. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Kick the Wicked and Into the Light. Good. Yeah, you feeling, Mark? We okay?
Yeah, absolutely. You froze up for about a second, but that was about it.
Yeah, I have that appeal with most machines. Yeah, yeah. Gosh,
I have to show you. This is the beauty that we got for Firefly.
Awesome.
This is the award from the World Entertainment Awards. It's the for Best Rock Song we got this past year.
Awesome. Yeah. You look bloody heavy too.
Yeah, you can take out an intruder with that bad. if I had that and I had my NASA Hall of Fame medal, I could take out a whole crew coming in.
There you go. Man's dangerous now.
He's in the NASA Hall of Fame.
He's in the NASA Hall of Fame. Yes,
how
he
about
is.
that?
Yep, absolutely.
As I said, he's too brainy for me. I could never learn all that. Sure.
Well, Mark said something to me a number of years ago that I've never forgotten when we were talking about NASA. He goes, never a straight answer. I've been with that one ever since, Mark. I've got to be honest with you.
Like his Kiss shirt.
Like his Kiss shirt.
Yeah, keep
Well,
it simple.
I actually worked with Kiss in Auckland, New Zealand.
Hey, Frank.
And
Michael, and we've
the
got
local indigenous folks here call part of
we must catch
the
up.
haka that they do pukana, which is basically they poke the
Right.
tongue out, right?
Right.
And we were doing a sound check in Auckland, and the local paparazzi were along taking photos of us. It was the most opportune time to shunt those guys through. Anyway, I'm up on stage checking the batteries and the microphones, if you know what I mean, and this one young married boy goes, "Great, Pukana," and I went, "Pah!" But unbeknownst to me, Gene Simmons was walking past me behind me at the time, and he stopped, he looked at me and he goes, "Holy shit, I've just met the second longest tongue in the world." I looked at him and went, "Yeah, Gene, but I still can't lick my eyebrows like you can." Right? He said to me, "Listen, I've had no complaints, but can you poke your tongue out and touch your nose?" And I went, "Yeah, of course I can." He goes, "Go on." I went,
Right.
Gene Simmons, Stanley, what's his name? Stanley was walking past at the same time. He goes, "That guy's got it all over you, Gene."
Oh, Paul Stanley.
Yeah, Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
The guy looked like a cat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he did.
You did T-shirt. Don't go over here. Don't go over.
Like much releasing stuff on.
Big end on that, Mark. That's fantastic. I love that. I really, really do. And got to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to anything new in the can that might be coming up. You sort of mentioned that there might be a few more tracks coming our way, so this is exciting. Any tips on any names?
Not really at the moment. I'm working on several things, so I've got, Pick the Wicket's trying to work on a full-length album. And I'm also working on, we'll probably do a few things kind of like Spit It Out, the heavier stuff. We'll probably do some of that stuff coming soon. I'm working also on a solo album. I've been talking to a drummer who used to play for Prince and my bass player from Fiction 6. And we've got a number of tracks, about 8 of them, which will probably be a solo album at some point in the future. Other than that, there's just so much going on. I finished my book. It's going through editing right now. So there's lots going on. That last track that you listened to was actually mastered by Mayor Applebaum. And he's a really excellent at his craft. He's worked on Sabaton and Rob Halford and all kinds of other bands as well. He's done a lot of their mastering. So there will be more stuff coming out. Scott and I have been writing a lot. I'll send him stuff. It's great because I'll send him like 10 different things, and they'll go nah, and they go, oh, that's pretty cool. And so it's just really kind of a process, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's collaboration. That's what it's all about. Believe me, I keep saying that compromise is where both people agree but don't like the result, which is true, basically. Now, having said that, my friend, got to ask you, with everything going on right now, summertime's upon you. Any gigs going on? You got any festivals happening at the moment?
No, the thing about festivals, and I looked at them with Fiction 6 as well, When you have the members that are not in one place, like in the old days, the band went in the basement and they rehearsed together, and they did all that stuff. They did their local gigs in the bars, and then they moved on to their to support groups, and then touring. It's a bit different now. So when your members are everywhere, you kind of have to find those festivals that are willing to put that money up, and for you to go there, rehearse for a couple days, and then play and that kind of stuff. So there's been talk about it over the past several years, but I think also till I finish my PhD, and I don't want my beautiful wife who supported me over all these years to kill me and put me in the backyard before I have a chance to write more music. I kind of have to wait till some of that stuff kind of comes off the shelf, before I can think about that kind of stuff. So.
I fully understand. I really, really do. A, we don't want your wife doing anything like that. B, I'm kind of hoping that you're going to sign a copy of your book and send me a copy at some stage in the future as well. But C, you never know. Might have my finger on the pulse there, be able to have a chat to you after this. You never know, might be able to get you a gig or two somewhere that we know. There's something in the plan. You just never know what the future holds. Franco Nanucci's watching. Nice to have you on board, Franco. It really, really is. Been a while since we've caught up, actually. Frank Blair's watching, as well as Wayne Spring, Jeff Bateson, and Sean Simpson's watching. Dave Meikle's watching, as well as Greg Parrish, and also Cheryl Arnold. Nice to have everybody on board. I think we need to cover this game. Now, what's the rules of the game, and what are we playing when it comes to the game?
Yeah, well, actually, so we were just talking about my wife. I wrote that song for my wife in 1994. I actually recorded the first version on it, you'll get this, on a 4-track, and I ponged it to a boombox back and forth to put all the tracks down, and I played the drums on a little Casio drum machine. And I brought that 4-track version to Scott, and he said, "Man, I really dig this tune." And so he put kid gloves on it because it was written for my wife, Lisa. And so I was happy to put it out because I really wanted to put it out for her as well. And so, but that's what the game's about. It's a bit different too. It brings me back to when I was with the band Persian Risk. The original singer, the singer for Persian Risk has been in Nazareth for some years now. It's Carl Sentence. We had this he's from England, and back then in Persian Risk, it was the USA version was kind of like, that punky, British, yeah, sure, kind of, So my vocal has that kind of punkish kind of feel to it.
Very cool. Do you have any Doc Martens?
I used to have Doc Martens. As a matter of fact, when I toured with Persian Risk, I had several pair of Doc Martens.
I've still got a pair somewhere, to be very honest with you. I think they're 15 up cherry reds, 18 up cherry reds, sorry. Believe me, I'm going to have to go and hunt them out now. You've stirred me up. In the meantime, here, joining us live is Mark Leno from the band Kick the Wicked and The Game. Oh dear. Yeah, when I get home tonight, I'll have to go up and find my boots just to, yay.
I threw mine out. I can't stand anything tight around my ankle.
When I was living in England, believe me, I was through the punk era. And Sid Vicious was still alive back in those days.
And so you had the spike.
Oh, yeah, the nappy pin through the ear, not through the nose. I wasn't going to be as brave as that, but I had one through the ear, and the whole hairy deal, and my chains everywhere. Oh, it was shame. Oh, dear. I used to work for a company called Crash Productions back in those days.
Right.
And they had an awesome band.
Cheryl.
They really
love
did.
you, darling.
Believe me.
Sean.
A lot of fun. Oh, Barbara's playing with the phone again.
No, I just want to say hello to Cheryl.
Of course you do. We love Cheryl.
And Sean.
And Sean. Yes, we do love Sean. Absolutely. She's a wonderful lady, Sean.
I like this song.
You like the song?
Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, it's a cool track,
Yeah.
this one.
It is, in fact. Okay. 2,133 requests for it since we've been playing it. So other people out there are liking it too, Mark.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it was submitted to the Grammys along with Eternal and Into the Light, and also White Rabbit, the remake of the Jefferson Airplane tune.
Yep, absolutely. In fact, I was going to talk about your Grammys because you've done so well with awards, really, haven't you? I mean, not only the one you just showed me, but I mean, I don't know too many people who've been in the Grammys before, you know what I mean?
Well, we haven't been nominated yet, but you know, we continue to go on.
Well, I can say one thing though. I do know the governor of the Grammys personally.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, Thornell. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Mark Leno, coming out of the band Kick the Wicket. Almost said Fiction 6 then, to be very honest with you, but you are still connected with Fiction 6 and still doing work with them, aren't you?
Oh yeah. So I've written a song. The drums were actually already put down for it as well, for Fiction 6, and we're just waiting for JK to have the time, probably this fall, to kind of work with that to get a single out. And I appreciate you playing that song, The Game, too, because that one goes out to my lovely bride, Lisa. That one was written for her. So, but yeah, we're looking to have, at least, you know, with Fiction 6, we have 3 albums. The albums became really hard to just pump out albums all the time. So we're probably going to go to more of a singles kind of thing for a while. But at least it allows us to put some music out as Fiction 6. So
very, very cool. You know, that just means one thing. Maybe, just maybe, you'll send us some new music and come and put yourself through this again. Love to Lisa too, by the way, and much respect. I think the support teams, the wives, everything like that of artists never get enough mention. So believe me, she is worth her weight in gold, my friend. Take good care of Lisa, won't you? Having said that, we are going to have to wrap it up right now, but please don't go anywhere. We're going to take a couple of pickies. A little bit of a story to tell you as well. I think you'll be very interested in this. But in the meantime, don't go anywhere. Believe me, you're going to absolutely love it, because we're heading all the way over to Indiana, and finally, after a number of years of promoting this artist, he's coming on for an interview. Yes, Kingly T is coming. Looking forward to that. If you're into a bit of reggae-ish, that's us. But in the meantime, thank you, Mark, for joining us. And everybody else that's watching right now, thank you so much for joining us today. Happy radio, everyone.